Hey, math fans. Today, we are going to do some fraction addition practice using one of my favorite sites for digital math manipulatives, Mathagon Polypad. On the screen, we have a Polypad canvas. Teachers, you can find this canvas by checking out the lessons section of the Mathagon Polypad site. So you can see where to click right up here. There are lots of activities and lessons with materials that are ready to assign and tutorials you can watch that showcase the features. Students, have a look. We are going to try a few addition problems, model our solutions using the fraction bars you see here, and then record the solutions symbolically. You will find this canvas in Google Classroom in a few moments, but first, let me show you how it works. Up in the top left corner, we have our first fraction problem, 5/9 plus 1/6. And we're going to use these fraction bars to model it and figure out an answer. I'm noticing here we have this nice number line, and that's going to help us get an estimate before we calculate. But first, let's pull out some nines. We need 5 of them. When you pull out the nines, it's going to come out as 9 nines, so one whole. When it's selected, you'll see this tab, and you can pull it in till you have exactly the number of nines that you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 ninths. Next, I'm going to need a sixth. Again, I'm going to start with 6 sixths, and I'm going to select just one of them. The adding in our pictorial representation is just the fact that I've smushed these together. So I'm showing that this is one complete picture. I don't need to put a plus sign in there. So this is my addition problem. I can see that here's where 1 is and this is where 0 is. So I know this sum is going to be more than a half. What do you think that looks like? Maybe 3/4? Should we test that out? If I click up here, double click actually, I can put in that test. Oh, looks like 3/4 might be a little too much. What do you think? Maybe 3/5? 3/5? No, that's not enough. So it's somewhere in the middle, and we could get closer, but let's now actually find the exact solution. First thing I want to do is make sure I'm keeping track of my steps. So if you scroll down, you'll see that there's a spot to record your solutions. Here's my first problem. I'm going to do my symbolic representation over here, and this is where my picture is going to go. So I'm going to grab the picture I started with. I'm going to highlight both parts. If I hold down the Shift key, I can get both at once, or I could just drag over both of them. Control C allows me to copy, and Control V will let me paste. So there's my first part of my problem. 5 nines plus a sixth, 5 nines plus a sixth. From doing this with concrete materials, we know our next step is renaming these pieces so that they're the same size. If I look at the numbers I'm using here, I have ninths and sixths. I know that 9 is not a multiple of 6, so I'm going to have to rename both parts. When this is selected, right here, this spot will let you rename your fraction. If I click on it once, you can see now I have 18ths. Could I make this piece the 1/6 out of 18ths as well? What do you think? Is 18 a multiple of 6? Let's rename it. 1/6 is the same as 2/12 and also the same as 3/18. I'm going to take this part of my picture, just like I did before, and bring it down to continue my representation. Okay. So what did we decide? 5 ninths was the same as 10/18. And 1/6 was the same as 3/18. Can you see that in the numbers as well? Just to be sure, I'm going to take this up to my scale and make sure that is balanced. And it is. I'll put it in here too. Perfect match. What is that total if I have 10/18 and another 3/18? What do I have altogether? And that's right, kids. 13/18. I'm going to make sure that's part of my solution down below as well. And if you like, you can use the balance to check each step along the way as I did. And make sure that you are on the right track. I think that we might be ready for a new example. So I'm going to clear this number line area and see what this randomizer will give me for a problem. So when I'm ready for a new problem, I'm going to select all of this at once just by dragging over top and hit randomize. And I will have a new problem to try. If you're not happy with this one, click it again and try something else. This is all about getting lots of practice so that we can solve addition of fraction problems both pictorially and symbolically. All right, good luck, everybody.